Thanks for joining us this month again as we have a quick update of all the happenings, or at least some of the happenings that are happening here at Kamloops Alliance Church, including the finances and a really exciting update as far as the capital campaign goes. But first and foremost, let's talk about our finances real quick as we're looking at the end of May. We are, end of April rather. We saw a budget, or we're hoping for a budget of $168,000, and saw $146,000 come in. So we're seeing a little bit of a struggle. It's about 93% of our giving year to date we're seeing in terms of what we expected to have come in with what actually did come in. With that said though, we had budget for $187,000. We actually spent $143,000. So we're able to curtail the expenses to kind of adjust to make sure that we're not trying to at least overspend with what's coming in. That all to say, we had budget for a $19,000 loss, and we actually saw a $2,000 gain. So church, once again, just well done. Well done for leaning in. Well done for being so faithful as we pursue to make Jesus known and proclaim the gospel in Kamloops. So thank you for that. But the question is, where we end year to date? Fantastic question. I'm glad you asked. As we're looking at the year to date, we had budgeted for a total giving of $1.5 million. However, we're a little bit short on that. We're actually only seeing about $1.4 million come in total revenue for the year. With that said, that we see our expenses budget for 1.6, actualized at 1.5. So we were able to curtail the expenses in line with the giving, but we did see a little bit lower giving of this year. So we are budgeted for a $101,000 loss. Actually, $110,000 is where we're at. Now you're wondering, wait a minute, we're supposed to be balanced budget at the end here. How could we be at a $101,000 loss? Part of this is that we've made some of these budget adjustments down the road, and we're going to be making more cuts in the next couple months, things we're going to do and not do, as well as year-end practices of taking out the assets of the operational piece of it also decreases it. So we're expecting, although we're not expecting to be completely revenue neutral for the end of the year, we are expecting to be a lot lower than that by the time the dust settles for the end of the year. That all to say, that comes in the year where we saw tremendous generosity by you, the church, as we're engaging in so many other different things. So as far as year-to-date other contributions, we're seeing a total of $190,000 come in when it comes to Care Connections, Missions and Outreach, Capital Reserve. And remember, those are funds that go in and they go right out again. The previous funds we talked about was really for operational, keeping the lights on, but these funds really are earmarked and designated for these specific things. With that said, the Capital Reserve Fund, so again, this is a fund that exists just to make sure to make sure we can still paint the parking lot or fix sink or do whatever we got to do around the yard that's not related to capital campaign. We have $85,000 in the account sitting at the moment, which allows us, again, to be able to use those things to maintain the building. But here's the cool news. As we talk about the capital campaign, we so far have received $767,000. Now that's in both giving as well as pledging. Together, received. Of that, we have almost $500,000 yet to be received of pledged donations. So in total, we are $1.2 million towards our $3.8 million, or $2.8 rather, million goal. So church, well done. We have made it through this budget season. We're almost near the end. And you have been so generous that we've seen $750,000 come in with a total pledged and received of $1.2 million. Now, you're like, well, when's this all going to happen? We keep talking about it. You keep telling us all these amazing things. Church, it's about to happen. Let me show you an amazing picture. This may mean nothing for you if you can't see this up close, but this is the drawing for, wait for it, the new stairs that we're going to get. Yes, you have heard right. The Lord has been so gracious to us, found favor with the city, and where originally we were not able to upgrade the staircase because that would require us to sprinkle the building, the city has now allowed us to go ahead and renovate the staircase going to the top balcony, which, church, I do not need to tell you what amazing news this is. Not only just for the health and safety of everybody here, it's this dark, ambiguous, dangerous tunnel that you got to weave up to the top, and that's never good for anybody. But it once again just shows the provision of God as he just is so generous and so kind to us. So church, this is just a one small start as we start into the capital campaign. We are handing in permits, I think, right after this video. I'm actually running down to City Hall and going to hand in our first permit, which is going to kickstart kind of the rest of the stuff. In principle, it's all been approved. We're just kind of going through the red tape. But church, I just need you to hear, things are moving, things are happening. And not only is things happening, but God is being faithful to us as demonstrated here with this new staircase. So with that all to say, I just want to say, church, once again, thank you for being faithful. And we are so trusting that God will continue to provide as we know Jesus and we make him known. So church, thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next time.